When I looked at the cover of I Am Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall, I thought, this will be like reading Hatchet, but with a forest fire. And while this certainly would be appealing to readers of Hatchet, there's so much more here than just a simple survival story. In this adventure thriller combination, Marshall writes the female survival story I didn't know I needed, complete with revenge and hitmen. Written in the first person as a diary of before and after, Marshall uses the voice of her protagonist to effectively tell the story of a 16-year-old girl who looks at what was, what is, and what could be. If you enjoyed Hatchet by Gary Paulson, Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGinnis, or Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter, this book is for you. When Jess's mother dies in a car accident that leaves Jess with one bad leg, she has to move to Alaska to live with her long-absent father. When she discovers that he doesn't live in a small Alaskan town like she thought, but rather out in a cabin in the wilderness, off the grid, all she wants to do is go home. But Jess's dad is determined to teach her to live off the land, even if she struggles to lift her leg off the ground. When he finally comes to terms with Jess's disability, he tells her that since her leg isn't strong, she will need to be smart, not strong, to survive. And really, isn't it better to be smart than strong in the wilderness? But something isn't right with her dad. He warns her to tell him if any planes fly over that don't belong to his pilot friend, Griff. When her dad is killed by hitmen a few days after Griff leaves, and the cabin is burned to the ground, Jess is left to survive on her own or die. To survive, you need to learn to hold contradictory things in your head at the same time. I'm going to die. I'm going to live. There's nothing to fear. Be wary of everything. Now Jess has to find shelter, food, and water in the northern wilderness before winter comes. With her dad's dog Bo as her only company, Jess combines the few days of learning from her dad with her childhood memories of the City Kid wilderness camp she attended when she was a little kid. And there's no promise of anyone returning for her. Her dad doesn't live where anyone would expect him to, and Griff isn't coming back for at least 8 months. The only thing she knows for sure is that the killers will be back for their crate eventually. With nothing to motivate her to survive other than Bo, a part wolf dog, and her desire for revenge against the men who shot her father, Jess has to remember to survive one day at a time while preparing for winter. And she's starting to form a plan to do just that. And get revenge. I look at the wall where those first words, smart, not strong, have been joined by dozens more. Pay attention to the wind. Steep drop west of the snag. Say something out loud at least once a day. Remember, they're coming.